Hi everyone, I have a few little journals and some little envelopes to show you guys. I watched the tutorial on these by Lori Girl on the Ridge on YouTube, and this one as well. It's a little vintage card journal. Okay, so these little envelopes are made out of coffee filters. So cute. And you just stitch them together, and I put some little vintage pieces on here, made these very grungy looking. And this one here as well. And some little grungy pieces. This piece of fabric right here is a rusted piece of fabric that I had rusted a big piece of fabric. This here is really cute. It is pink, very pale pink. Sheetrock tape. I found it at Lowe's. Pretty cool. And then this little book out of the vintage playing cards. I've used that tape here. I've made the spine out of a piece of that rusty fabric as well. I did a 3-hole binding stitch on this, and I just added bits and pieces of different types of paper in here. This is maybe you want to just throw it in your purse, do some journaling, taking a day trip or whatnot, and just some different pieces. I made a little tag, a little shabby tag to go in it. And just like I said, different vintage. There's some vintage book paper in here. There is watercolor paper, and I'm really not sure what type of paper this is. I just found it. It was at a yard sale. It was just loose, and it's really almost like a parchment paper, but not quite as thin. And then again, here's some more of that rusted fabric, a couple of coupons from B&W that came in your cigarettes way back in the day. And again, some more of that tape. And then another one of the vintage cards that I picked up at a estate sale. And this here is a little notebook. I stitched it across the top and decorated the front in a shabby chic. We've got some vintage music paper, some regular cardstock paper, a doily, and then just some bling on the front of this. And inside again is just different types of paper. I've made some little flip out journaling spots, and this here is just a vintage little tag that went on a parcel. This is another flip out here. And this little bag, no, this is just a piece of parchment paper that I have stitched together and just made like a sheet of paper for it. And again, there's the back. I have this cute little stamp. I think it's really cute. What I make with my hands, I give with my heart, and I usually stamp on all of my little books and journals that I make. And then this I thought was really cool. I saw this on YouTube, and I'm really not sure what video I watched, but this is a tea bag that you can, I got these off of Amazon fairly cheap for 100 of them. And inside I made this little tag, just layered paper and a piece of trim at the top, and then I've added vintage paper here, and I've coffee stained these bags. A little doily, piece of a doily, and a rose. Thought that was really cute, and you can put them on, attach them, glue them down to your journals or whatnot, and I thought they make really cute little pockets for your books. And then I have this little cute little journal here. I've done a scrunchy type binding technique here, and just some vintage laces and things that I pulled out of my stash. Again, inside just different types of paper, flip outs. This is a Tilda paper, one of the Tilda pads that I have. Again, just a bunch of little papers in here, and let's see, I think it's a 3x4. Three and a half by 3. Yeah, 3.5 by 3. And I thought it was a really cute little, it actually has 2 signatures in it. I made 2 little signatures for this little book. And then we have this one here. It has sweet little sentiment on the front. Again, some coffee dyed paper and just little pieces of lace and trim. And then this is a piece of ribbon. And then it has a pocket in the front and a pocket in the back. Front and back. And then again, just different types of paper inside. Some flip outs. Again, these are for like, you're just need something small to throw in your purse. You're just, and this is another journaling spot. You're just going to go, you know, for a few hours somewhere or something, and you need a little journal and some watercolor paper, just different types of coffee stained. All of mine is coffee stained. I don't tea dye. I coffee stain, and I use instant coffee. Some tags in this back pocket that can be decorated. And then I have this bigger journal here, and it is made from a brown glassine bag that I found while on vacation. And on the back here I have just some paper, a avocado dyed piece of doily, and then there's a piece of doily here, and then this piece of really cute fabric. I'm not really sure where it come from, but I really like it. I don't have much left. And then again, another piece of coffee dyed cardstock. Then on the front here I have stitched pieces of lace and doily, and this is actually a vintage gauze that I found a box of them while going through some things at my father-in-law's home, and just added just a few little tucks here and there. And I love this. This is parchment paper that I use to dye some of my coffee paper. Sometimes I will throw a sheet underneath my paper that I'm dyeing so that I can have this for tuck spots in different places on my journals. This is a thicker piece of cardstock that was coffee dyed, a vintage piece of trim, and inside I made this library card, a tuck spot with a photo of a child, and then I've stitched it onto just a piece of lined paper. And then of course this here comes out, a little card. And again, this book is just has a lot of different types, mostly heavier cardstock. Here is a library card that has a little bit written on the back. Made a tuck spot with this pretty trim that I found. Journaling ledger page. And then this is a page that someone sent me in a happy mail a long time ago, and I finally used it. It's I'm not real sure, it may be French or Spanish. I'm not real sure, I can't remember. And then I made a little journaling card here that just folds out. You can add photos to it or journal, whichever. And then a tuck spot here. And just, here's another little tuck spot. This is I really like this picture. I don't really know where it come from, but made a little tuck spot up here in this pretty little lace. And here's a pocket here, and this is a flip for journaling. And then another, this is the other side of that glassine bag, and I made another little journaling spot, or you can put photos, whatever. And I did it like that so that that would have a pretty little there. And there's the other side of that paper, and then the journal. There's a piece of the journal. And back page here, stitched a piece of lace there. And again, another library card that has some names on it. And these are vintage. I pulled them from some books, some Nancy Drew books actually, that my daughter had, someone had given her, and I say they're vintage. They are probably from the, it looks like from the 80s, but anyways, and so that's that journal, and I want to thank you for watching, and everyone have a blessed day.